it was a short, sharp series. While we look back at what has become an intriguing rivalry in world cricket, India versus New Zealand, we thought of highlighting 9 best performances across 9 days. I'm joined at this hour by former Indian cricketers Ashok Malhotra and Yajurvendra Singh. I'm also joined by senior sports broadcaster Prakash Vakankar. We'll start with Ravi Ashwin. Ashok, starting with the man of the series, Ravi Ashwin, 6 wickets in Kanpur, 8 wickets in Mumbai. He has been on a roll, jumping from one feat to another.
Absolutely, Rika, and he has been doing it regularly. You know, in Indian conditions, he is unplayable, if I may say. You know, he's always a winner for us. Most of series which India has won over a period of last 6-7 years, it's thanks to Ashwin. And you know, I'm amazed that he's got 10 Man of the Series awards. That shows how useful, how important he is to the Indian team, and winning the series in India. And if he are number 1 today, or if he qualified for the World Test Championship, we owe it to Ashwin. So that is why sometimes it surprises me. He's never the first choice spinner for the management.
Yajurvendra, of course, at home, the track is conducive. He gets the ball to grip and bite. Can you tell us how different was he in this series from the ones that you've seen Ashwin in the past playing at home?
Well, at home, he's always been very effective because we tend to give a spinning track and he exploits it brilliantly. Let's see, overseas, the reason the question comes in is that he doesn't get the same amount of bite overseas. And that's why people are always reluctant to play him. Because, you know, normally you're having a very green wicket and you play an extra steamer, and there is no turn in most of those wickets. So I think that's one reason that he has suffered overseas, and in India, he's had the conditions that suit him brilliantly. But he's a great bowler, so I mean, it's not necessary that even in conditions like that, he won't be able to perform. But he may not be as effective as he is in India, definitely.
Prakash, when one talks about Ravi Ashwin, one really has to talk about that attitude. He took a review after getting clean bowled. Would you say that attitude makes him the performer that he is? I think you're on mute, Prakash.
It's much more than attitude, Rika. You've got to back it up with skill, and both Ashok and Sunny have talked about the capability and competence that he brings. I think it's a bit ironic that in his interview this morning after the game, he actually did make a subtle comment, didn't he? He said, I hope to go to South Africa and I hope to be able to get a bowl and play all the games. I think there was a message there. A message from maybe somebody a little bit hurt, but yet the consummate team man who understands that sometimes team combinations may not give him the opportunity, but he did make his point. And as far as performing overseas is concerned, in recent times, he's done very well. Don't forget what he did with Steve Smith in Australia. He was challenging both sides of the edge of the bat. He was bamboozling the Australians. And when there is bounce, I think Ashwin is very effective, even if there isn't that huge amount of turn that he often gets in Indian wickets. So he's not a one-condition bowler. He's matured. Spinners are like old wine. The later the vintage, the better they taste.
Well, Ravi Ashwin is a very intense performer, but there is also a fun side to Ravi Ashwin. I'll request my director to pull up an image. There are a few shots he took at the end of the match, and this was a fun side of the test match that really sums up the test series, the 2 Ravis and the 2 Patels who were a part of. We'll get you that picture in a bit, but we're talking about attitude. Coming back to you, Ashok, Mayank Agarwal, standout performer, man of the match in the second match with 150 and with a 50 run. That's the picture I was talking about that was taken by our Ashwin, the 2 Ravis and the 2 Patels. He put them together and wanted the world to see what an India-New Zealand contest looks like these days. Now, we're talking about attitude, and let me go over to Ashok. Ashok, Mayank Agarwal, tell us about him, about this guy, how he dominated the spinners in Mumbai.
Rika, he dominated the spinners, and not only he had to prove a point. He has never got things on a platter. You know, he's never been a blue-eyed boy of the management. Even when you play scoring tons of runs of domestic cricket, nobody is looking at him. Only he was the third choice opener in Australia. He grabbed his opportunity with both hands and never looked back since. He had few, 7, 8 failures, but he had 2 double hundreds to add on to it, and now 150. And he had to prove his critics wrong. He knew his neck was on the line, because if Rahane would have been fit, he might not have been playing this test match. So definitely it was like a last chance for him. And he grabbed it with both hands. It showed his character, determination, and will to succeed against all odds. And definitely, I keep saying this. I've been a national selector. I know some faces fit in. Absolutely, some faces fit in and some don't. He's one of those guys who is a very likable guy, but somehow it does not fit in the scheme of things. First opportunity, and he's chucked out. He failed only once in Australia, and he's never got an opportunity since. So this is the only chance. And even now, I'm an advocate for him to be a number 3 in South Africa, ahead of Cheteshwar Pujara.
Perhaps like Ravi Ashwin, he too is telling people, hope I get a seat on that flight. Now, talking about the other performer of the series, Shreyas Iyer, who's the man of the match in the first test. Coming to you, Yajurvendra, what did you think of him, his performance and his future with Team India?
Naturally, if you get a test 100 on debut and a 50 after that to follow, it's a great moment. And so he's shown the class that he is, and he definitely deserves a place in the national side and to be there, considered for it. But in the second innings, the way he came in, when I watched that innings of his, he was he felt very casual about it. He had 2 brilliant sixes. Even the ball that he got beaten, normally, Ashok will also side with me, is when you get beaten, your leg immediately goes backwards, just to make sure you don't get stumped. But his attitude was very casual about it. He didn't even move his feet, behind. So, I think somehow he has not to be overconfident of how easy it is to play in Test cricket. He has to realize there's competition around him, and I just feel he doesn't have that Khadoos attitude of what you say of Mumbai cricket and cricketers that were around. So I think he has to tighten himself in that area, at least, I think.
And he has a very good coach in Praveen Amre to probably take him through those little cracks and tell him what he needs to tighten up on. Yeah. Prakash, coming to you and talking a little bit about the Indian bowlers, particularly Mohammad Siraj, all heart. Not much of a skill, unlike Jasprit Bumrah or Mohammad Shami that we see. Do we see him in the test match along with the other 2 bowlers in South Africa in Cape Town?
Well, he's got to. I don't know how you can leave Siraj out after what he's done. Every time he's got a break. You mentioned the phrase all heart. I have always been told and seen that fast bowlers have to have great hearts, big hearts, and really toil. Sometimes conditions are not in your favor. And Siraj, you can accuse him of a lot of things, but you can't accuse him of lack of effort. Every time he's got the ball, he's come out there, given it 100% and bowled his heart out for his captain. I don't think anybody can ask for more than that. And I would be very surprised if Siraj is not on the park in that first game in South Africa.
Yajurvendra, I'll have to come back to you to talk about Akshar Patel. Yeah. Like Jadeja, would you say he's a similar, an all-rounder maybe in similar mold, because his batting was a revelation for all of us?
Yeah, we were all surprised the way he could hit that ball. 4 sixes and effortless sixes. He has shown that he is a batsman that Indian team can rely on. And now it's a great, between Jadeja and him, both are similar in very much in the bowling aspect of it, and now even batting, because he has shown that he is something that you can't ignore, his batting. And I think he is proving to be a very, very useful all-rounder for India, and especially the way he batted. yesterday. It was fantastic. He was timing the ball so well, playing so correctly and so sensibly as well. And I think Jadeja has got somebody nipping behind him. It's going to be a great I don't think they both will be able to play on a regular basis together. So it's a choice that fortunately we all don't have to make. Ashok doesn't have to make now. He's not a selector. But it will be Dravid and the captain who will have to do that, between them. But they're both equally good, and it's great to have two people in the Indian side of that caliber.
Now, I have to talk about three more performances coming from the Kiwis, but they were by Kiwis of Indian origin, Ajaz Patel, Rachin Ravindra, and their act of hanging in there till the end in the Kanpur test. Coming to you, Ashok, Ajaz Patel, do you see him having a long-term future with the Kiwi team, and where does he really go from here after that phenomenal performance in Mumbai?
See, he's broken the record. He's got 10 wickets, which is incredible, to say the least. But will he play regularly for New Zealand? I have my doubts, because they play in seaming conditions where they normally end up playing four bowlers, and where I think Ajaz Patel does not find a place. So that is my problem. I know his status must have gone up in the eyes of Kiwis, but the fact is, will he get a look in? I have my doubts, because he's not a kind of a bowler who will block one and he will check the flow of runs, and you can rotate around him, because he's a guy who tosses the ball up, tempts you to get the wickets, which might prove too costly in small grounds of New Zealand. So I don't see him playing regularly.
Particularly in the Kiwi conditions. Prakash, what about Rachin Ravindra? You see him as a youngster blossoming with the team over the next few years?
Well, one hopes so, for his sake and for New Zealand's sake, because, again, attitudinally, whatever little I saw of him on television, he looked like a game trier, obviously somebody whose parents had to conjure up a sort of mix of names, because I believe they wanted to get Sachin somehow into it, and they also wanted Ravindra in it. So, yes, and Rahul as well. So interesting, obviously a cricket mad family. Great to see him perform for New Zealand. And he's very young, so maybe he will develop great skills. But that innings or that partnership in Kanpur to save the test certainly showed that the genes do come through irrespective of the badge on your shirt.
And there, that picture then comes back once again of the two Patels and the two Ravis making outstanding contribution in this test series. Of course, it was thought up by Ravi Ashwin. That picture there on your screens. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the broadcast and taking us through those 9 performances across 9 days of test cricket.